Dynamic Systems is a full-service contractor. Started here in Austin, Texas in 1988. We do piping, plumbing, sheet metal, full-array contractor. We currently have 2,100 folks. We're going to peak out at around 2,800 this year. Last year we did 5,500,000 man-hours. This year we're going to probably top out at around 6,500,000 to 7 million. Most of our main locations are here in the state of Texas. We're in all the metro areas. We're in Houston, San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, and Lubbock. We also have offices up in the Northeast in Poughkeepsie, New York, along with the shop. We have branch offices in Boston, along with the shop. And then we have our Southeast branch, which is in Atlanta. Our headquarters is based here in Austin. We currently have 2 large projects going on right now. The new Tesla automotive plant, and then Samsung Taylor is just really getting going strong right now. Last month we had one of our record months. We did 852,000 pounds. We're on track right now this month to do about 700,000. One of Dynamic Systems' claim to fame is that we track, monitor, and measure every single aspect that we can of our business. We recently started a new software program that we actually help develop, and we get a lot of use out of it. It's called Stratus.
When we transition to Revit, it exposes a lot more things in the model, a lot of data in the model, and we access that data through Stratus, which gives us all of the pertinent data, SMACNA data, labor data, poundage, square footage, volume, all the different parameters that we can actually read. Once that stuff is given to the superintendent, they build that job electronically in their mind. They order the job out that way, and it tracks through the entire process digitally, so no papers are printed out, no drawings are printed out. It saves on the revision control. We have no more revision control. The model is the revision to single point of truth.
One of the biggest changes was moving from AutoCAD to Revit. In 2020, we were all in AutoCAD like most contractors. COVID happened, everything kind of slowed down just a little bit. Instead of sending our guys home or not having work, we went and invested in them and went ahead and make the transition into Revit while we had some downtime.
So this is an example of a small hospital floor in Stratus. So just by turning the display mode, you can now see the things in purple are installed, the things in green need to be installed. Once we're there, we can run a report on that tells us what the status of that project is. The guys on the shop floor are all fed their work data on a Stratus workstation. It feeds to each one of those guys what they have to do, what's on their plate for that day. It gives them a list, and as they complete that list, they check it off and it's done. They pull all their dimensions, all their design criteria, their build criteria is all on the screen for them. And you can rotate that model, dimension it, look at it from any different view and tell how it's physically needed to be built.
So with that, we're able to leverage more of the information that we've had in our database. We're able to feed more technology to our field.
Every part and piece that we make has a barcode label on it. That label is scannable. That scan will take you to the Stratus model. It'll tell you everything about that part, what its status is, what job it goes to, what area, what floor, what service, what system. Everything is embedded in that barcode. And that barcode is also used for the tracking of that individual part or that assembly as it goes through the process all the way out to the job site, installed, tested. Everything's reported based on that barcode and by the status of that part. So the reports that we'll look at are all derived from that status that was plugged in off that barcode. So this is our main shop dashboard. As our superintendents are creating orders on the job sites, the order comes in, it tells you everything about that order on this dashboard, so we kind of have an idea of what specifically we're doing as far as the pounds of duct on the round, the pounds of duct on the rectangular, total shipping weight, how many parts are involved. It tells us how many parts are going to the coil line. In this case, laser, plasma, Pro 2, and also to the spiral machine. It lists out and breaks out all those parts across all 7 of those process lines. And then as these are placed into these different holding patterns, they show up on the tool down on the shop floor. That cues that man that he's got a work order to produce, and he's got 21 parts to make. And as soon as he gets that order on his floor and he's ready to process it, he'll push downstairs that he's starting this one right here. It'll change color to yellow, which means it's under process. It's being worked on now. These guys here are already done, and as it's completed, when he finishes, it'll actually turn green that says it's completed. So this is how we manage and control all the processes on the shop floor.
The way that we're doing things, a lot of our clients are demanding that. It wasn't something that we came up with on our own. Our client base was asking for that. A lot of it, probably more than half of our clients are asking for that. So we're able to show them how Stratus works in the digital world and how we're able to basically track every single part and piece from cradle to grave until it's hung out on the job site. And that's what they want to know, is verifiability of every single part that's being put on their job.
One of the things that the owners have issues with is traceability and verifying billings. So with Stratus, we actually give them a login to our model so they can look at it and they can see the statuses. They can actually run a report and say, you're 55% hung out and you're billing me for 50%, so we're still good. One of the things that we like to say, if it ain't broke, break it. So we go around looking for things that need to be done better. A lot of the ideas have come from that.
The joke around here is that every single thing that we do isn't because we're that smart, it's because we screwed it up somewhere down the line, and we use that to fix it, to keep it from happening again, and try to learn from our mistakes and get that much better, more efficient, more productive. Being a SMACNA contractor gives us the ability to have access to everything that SMACNA does for the sheet metal industry, like our anchor point to keep us going in a straight line. The thing I like most about the SMACNA manuals is when they developed them, each shop has its own way of building ductwork. The SMACNA manual is designed in such a way to where whatever your shop standard is, you can go through a path and make it pretty much the way you want to, and you're still adhering to all of their design criteria.
It's more of a guideline.
Yes, it's a guideline. It's not an exact manual telling you are going to build it this way. We build it the way that we feel is the most efficient and productive for us. And the manual is set up in such a way that it makes it very, very easy to use as a guide and to do that and accomplish that. We started out as a very, very small contractor day one. We had a culture that we had started basically to make it fun, and it's a DSI culture. As we've grown and grown and grown, the hardest thing that we've had is trying to keep that culture. But I think we've done a pretty dang good job with it. Always, like I say, always wanted to make it fun. We started out as a little bitty mom and pop shop, and now we're a larger contractor, but we still kind of have the same attitude. I still think that we're a little bitty mom and pop shop, even though we're not. But we want to act like that, and we want to make it that much fun, and have people that work here that want to work here because they enjoy it, not because they have to have a job or make money. We want it to be fun, and I think we've done a pretty good job of maintaining that culture. And embedded deep into that culture is our safety culture. We've been able to improve our modifier rate significantly over the years, and we've gotten better and better and better, safer and safer, which is good for us and good for the company and good for the employees.
As Jay said, this is a family-run company. We have very little turnover in our management ranks. We have many people that have been here since the company started, and that shows something about the culture.